Looking good, Billy Ray.
Feeling good, Lewis. And welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek. Joining me as always is Mikey the Freak.
What's up?
And the Dude.
Feeling good, Kevin Ray.
Oh, looking good, the Dude.
Dude?
You call me Dude, the Dude, El Duderino.
Deuteronomy. I get it. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie Trading Places. I'm actually surprised it took us this long to get there. I think we thought we already done this movie. So
Yes, we have. Yes, we did. Yes. I swear we did. I was like, I went back and looked at the list and I'm like, wow, we have not done Trading Places.
So
like,
let's check out that trailer before we get into it.
Yes, let's.
Sorry about that, man. Just help. I don't want your bag, man.
He's getting away.
I'll bet that man could run our company as well as Winthorpe.
This is outrageous. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not a thief.
We want to help you, Mr. Valentine, with a home of your own.
And that was a fake, right?
We paid $35,000 for it, and employment with our company.
What's going to happen to me?
I'm going to regret this, but get in.
Champagne for everybody.
You are making a career decision here.
This man is physically threatening me. He's being driven around in my car. He could be living in my house.
Hey. Have you people ever heard of toasters?
You're a dead man, Valentine!
It was produced.
So there you have it. Trading Places. Easily one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies. The description of this movie from IMDb says a snobbish investor and a wily street con artist find their positions reversed as part of a bet by two callous millionaires. That's somewhat the plot, I guess. I mean, it's the main plot. Yeah. But this movie is absolutely freaking hilarious. My first impressions of this movie was Jamie Lee Curtis boobies. That was my first impressions of this movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Enough said, really. I mean,
yeah.
Go watch it for that.
Even the outfit she wears. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this movie. Eddie Murphy's hilarious. Dan Aykroyd. I mean, it's one of those movies that I can sit and watch over and over, and I kind of have, like, every time it's on TV, like, I watch it. I definitely one of those things I have to watch. It's just funny all the way around. That is my first impressions. The Dude, what are your first impressions of this movie?
I remember watching this movie back in the 90s, like HBO Cinemax, one of those channels. As a young kid, I loved it for the boobs, but it is also a very funny movie. You could call it a great, Christmas movie or New Year's film? It takes place on
Christmas and New Year's,
yeah.
It's just a fun movie. I do like the fact that this movie is connected to another Eddie Murphy movie, making it part of a proverbial universe.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that don't know, it's the best scene out of Coming to America when Eddie Murphy. Mike, you have this look like you don't know what I'm talking about.
It's not the best. It's not the best one out of Coming to America, but it's the greatest callback to Trading.
Oh, for me, it's the greatest scene in Coming to America. It's better than the royal penis is clean, Your Highness. Eddie Murphy gives a stack of money to homeless guys, and it's the guys from this movie. Mortimer, we're back.
Randolph.
Yeah, no, I love this movie.
Mortimer?
This movie is just super funny. Dan Aykroyd is great. Eddie Murphy, and you get John Landis directing it. So what's not to love?
Yeah. Mikey the Freak, what are your first impressions of this movie, sir?
I watched this movie. I mean, of course, it's been a long time, but I would definitely sit down and watch this movie every single time it came out. And you kind of expect a little bit of a Saturday Night Live type movie with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy being in it, but they just went. It's not a typical Saturday Night Live movie. They completely went a different way. Comedic performance was great by all of them. I don't think this was the movie that put Eddie Murphy on the map, but it's just one of his great movies out of the 80s that you can sit there and you can watch.
Top 3 Eddie Murphy movie for me. Top 3.
Absolutely. Great cast of characters. Don Amici in his prime also. Well, I'd say in his prime, but I watched him a lot in the 80s, but he was a great actor in the 80s as well. But a bunch of different ones, even a brief cameo of cellmate number 2, Giancarlo Esposito, which is a great. He's a good actor now. He's been in a great movies now. Mandalorian and so forth. But when I never recognized him, of course, because we don't really know Giancarlo other than the last 10 or 15 years, give or take.
Now we know now we know where Gus really got his start.
Yeah, and when I rewatched this movie, I look and I go, holy shit, that's Giancarlo Esposito. And he's credited as cellmate number 2. So
I was just watching Chain Reaction with Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman, and there's a cameo from a very young Michael Shannon, and he's also got a very quick just
a little quick.
I just watched Passenger 57 today and didn't realize Elizabeth Berkley was in that movie, but I digress. Please continue.
She is?
I wouldn't know.
She's
what?
Yeah, she's the bad guy stewardess.
Okay.
That's Elizabeth Berkley. The bad guy woman is Elizabeth Berkley. Blew my mind.
Check that out.
Hurley.
Like I said, funny movie.
British
all through.
Elizabeth Hurley.
Okay.
Because we were just talking about Berkeley. Don't mind
me. Yeah, because I just met Berkeley. That's why. Great movie from start to finish. Great storyline. It kind of it explains a little bit of how the stock market works on the floor at the traders. So it was, I'd say the exchange, it was probably like that. I've never been to the New York Stock Exchange, but I kind of liked it. I thought it was funny as hell.
It's crazy.
It's so joyous that you think that inner space is like what a body really looks like.
I know, right?
And trading places is what really happens in the stock market.
At the New York Stock Exchange. Isn't that something? It's great. It's funny.
It's funny.
But yeah, they don't really explain too much, but they do show that how crazy and hectic it is. And probably one of the funniest scenes is when that bell hits and everyone comes out of the restrooms because they're taking their antacids and they got high blood pressure. They got all that kind of stuff. How's your ulcer? That kind of stuff, where it becomes stressful. And all the doors open at the same time at the restroom, they come running out to start trading. So I thought that was kind of a funny thing. But great all around.
And I bet you that's how it happens on the stock market as well.
I'm sure it does.
I'm sure it does.
Hell, and everyone runs out the bathroom.
They all have ulcers, high blood pressure, and hypertension.
All right, ratings. If I had to rate this movie, I'm going to give it a straight 9, but a 9.5 for the boob bump. Love this movie. I quote this movie quite often. Especially like anytime I'm eating. No, not that I never meet officers. No, anytime I'm eating.
Is there problem officers?
Anytime I'm eating beef jerky. Jerky beef time.
Beef jerky time. Beef jerky time.
Merry New Year! I literally say that every New Year.
Which he does that in one of his other movies too.
I said,
I want the knife.
But yeah, 9.5 for me. Definitely very quotable movie. Highly recommendable movie. The Dude. What would you rate this movie, sir?
If we're only giving a half a point for the boob bump, with it for me, it's an 8.5. It's a funny film. It's great. It's a film that I could watch, maybe two times a year. I wouldn't watch it all the time, but it's a good one to watch every now and then.
All right, Mikey the Freak.
I'm in the 8.5 with a boob bump. I think it's a great movie. I love Dan Aykroyd's character. I like Dan Aykroyd altogether. And then just as much as Eddie Murphy as well. Eddie Murphy can be a little overbearing on some of his movies, kind of that over actor type, like a Jim Carrey type comedic performance.
He didn't do any of that in this movie because he's a karate man. He bruises on the inside.
Yeah, that's the overacting. That annoying overacting. But yeah, I mean, a great movie, even with the Jamie Lee Curtis boob bump. I'm going with the 8.5, solid 8.5 for me.
All right. Some interesting facts about this movie. Eddie Murphy later admitted that on the floor of the commodities exchange in the final scene, he only followed the script. He had no idea what was going on, as he found commodities trading incredibly confusing. I still find it confusing, to tell you the truth.
Very confusing.
This was Ralph Bellamy's 99th film and Don Amici's 49th. This was Eddie Murphy's second film, and he joked, between the three of us, we've made 150 movies.
It's actually pretty.
Yeah, let's see. Ralph Bellamy and Don Amici made cameo appearances in Coming to America as the same characters. The two were now homeless, and Prince Hakeem gives them a large amount of money. So we already went over that,
weird.
but there we have it.
Like that's already been said on the show. It's so weird.
What?
It's so weird. Like I said, we already went over that. So that is all I have for some fun facts. The Dude, what do we have for soundtrack?
Ah boy, Jingle Bells. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, joy to the world. A Dante Cantabile. Dessert, ploy, moving out / plots, Philly / ploy, your breakfast sir / good morning / I can't see the rest, discovery / bed, good morning alternate, silent night, main title, Lewis Winthorpe third blues, ploy alternate, bump alternate, train promotional LP version, Jamaican bye-bye, kicking ass / cards, the club / bump, heroes, wager, kicking ass / cards alternate, and revelation / the goods / trade.
All right, that's a lot.
I don't think they sold a lot of soundtrack. They didn't make a lot of money on this soundtrack.
That's the sound.
Maybe during Christmas with the Christmas songs. Yeah. Mikey the Freak, what do we have for some related reels?
Oh, Jesus. All right, here we go. Dan Aykroyd. Of course, there's several movies that Dan Aykroyd has been in that are all great. I'm going to go with Ghostbusters, always a funny movie. Tommy Boy and 50 First Dates. Had to go with some Adam Sandler
cameo. You're going with some good old cameos.
Yeah. Good movies. Eddie Murphy, Daddy Daycare, Nutty Professor, and Harlem Nights. I didn't do Coming to America because we've done Coming to America with him on our other podcast. So, and of course, they always have tons of movies to choose from, and all of them are very funny movies.
Yeah.
I did Don Amici. He was in Harry and the Hendersons. Also a funny movie. Cocoon, 1 and 2, and Oscar, which is a great movie. Okay. We love Oscar.
Plays the priest.
Yes.
That's it.
All right. As we come to a close, The Dude, where can we find you on your podcast, sir?
Right up there. Bow-bow! For those of you listening, the is the last podcast you'd want. That's right, the last podcast you'd want. Why is it that? Who fucking knows? Tip the veal, try the staff. Thank you all for coming. And if you didn't, better luck next time.
Make sure you check out the sister channel of Back to the Retro Review, the Mod Squad Network, where we have a wrestling show, a movie show, a horror show, and a gamer show. Also, we go live every Saturday night with a giveaway. If you like what we do here, make sure you give us a good old thumbing. Hit that like and subscribe. Do all the YouTuber things. All right. That does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. So for Mikey the Freak and the Dude, I am the Bearded Geek saying thank you for being a friend, everybody.
See ya.